This is Danny. She's been divorced twice. We showed her videotapes of these three single men, and she picked one as her date. Which one did she choose? Which one will our audience choose? And this is John. He's never been married. Which one of these women did he choose? Which one will our audience choose? Today on Love Connection, you'll find out who they picked, who the audience picked, and everything that happened on their dates. Now, here to tell us more about Love Connection is our host, Chuck Woolery.
Thank you, and welcome to Love Connection, where we've got a new way for singles to meet, and here's how it works. Now, we've compiled a videotape library of more than 1,000 attractive and available single people. We select some of those singles, show them 3 videotapes. They choose the one they're most attracted to and go out on a date. Then they come here and they tell us what happened on their date. Now, to begin with, we're going to meet a woman who selected a date from our video library. She likes to camp and hike and fish. She says she's young at heart, but she prefers dating younger men. Please welcome Diane Bregman. Hi, Diane. How are you? Oh, Danny. It's not Diane, it's Danny. I should have known that. How are you, Danny?
I'm fine.
That's good. Now, you're 40, right?
Right.
Now, what's your idea of a younger man?
Oh, someone in his early 30s.
About?
32, 33.
Do you usually date younger men?
A lot.
Yeah. Why?
I find they're more eager to experiment and have fun, and they're not afraid to get hurt, and they're just more fun.
What do you think that younger men find appealing in you?
My young outlook.
Kind of young attitude and that
Right.
kind of thing. Now, you've been divorced twice, right?
Right.
Were your ex-husbands too old for you?
A little bit.
How much older?
Well, one was 7, one was 17 years older.
Oh, gee, I thought you were going to say, you got married very young. I've never heard of such a thing. Well, now that we know a little bit more about you, we're going to take a look at the men that Danny had to choose from, okay? Audience, watch very closely, because we're going to ask you to pick the man that you think's best for her, okay? Now, first, there was Arthur. Now, Arthur has lived all over the world. He says he plays it safe, but he does go to a nudist camp from time to time.
I guess I've been going to clothing optional things for, 10 years anyway. I feel it's great. It's, it's comfortable, it's healthy, and it's awful nice laying out in the grass and, not having to wear anything.
Okay. Next up was Tommy. He's from Michigan. He says he's a cuddly teddy bear, but he has a problem identifying women from the back.
And I goes up and grabs her, and I kisses her and says, "Hey, I haven't seen you." And I goes, "Oh, my God, it's not you." Not only that, her husband was next to her, And I look at him and I says, "Hey, look, I just made a mistake." And I mean, guy was about ready to kill me,
Okay, finally you watch Timothy. He's a pilot. He says he doesn't mind being alone, and here's why he's never been married.
I think earlier on it was, I was too eager, and I scared him away. So I was concerned about it for a time, up until maybe when I was 30. Since then, I really don't, I'm not really worried about it anymore. I'm not concerned about it. I mean, not being married.
Now, Danny selected one of those men as her date, and we're going to show you all 3 men again, okay, before you vote. Here we go. First, there was Arthur. He's a 47-year-old hydrotherapist. And Tommy, he's a business consultant. He's 45. And finally, Timothy, he's a 43-year-old aircraft engineer. Okay, audience, time for your voting machines. Now, you've met Danny. You've seen her choices. You know a little bit about her. Who do you think is the best man for Danny? Here in the studio and at home, too. Please make your choice right now. Okay, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll meet the man that Danny selected, and we're going to hear everything that happened on their date. We'll do that in just a minute. Stay with us. In a little while, we're going to find out who the audience picked, but right now, let's find out who Danny selected, okay? Danny?
I picked Timothy.
Timothy. All right, now, Timothy is a pilot, right?
Right.
Do you feel like you made the right selection?
I don't think so.
You don't think you made the right selection? Okay, well, on Love Connections, we get both sides of the story. We ask our couples not to speak to each other after their date. Timothy's backstage. Let's say hello to Timothy Stafford.
Hi.
Well, so far, Timothy, it doesn't sound like a terrific date. How would you describe it?
Very awkward. It did go very well.
Let's find out what happened on this date, okay? Take us through from the beginning to the end.
Well, we made a date to fly over to Catalina and have lunch and
Gee, that sounds nice.
whatever. Well, it started out, the restaurant that we were supposed to meet at was no longer there. It had been torn down. This is at the airport, so that should have given me a little bit of a hint. But, so I waited next door. There was a landing area next door, and then Timothy arrived in his plane, and we kind of...
What an arrival, gee, man.
we kind of looked at each other, and I'm a very huggy, wormy person, but when I got up to the plane, it was kind of like, do we shake hands? Do we kiss? What do we do? I'm not sure.
So just a second. Let me see. Tim,
Yes.
how did you feel at this point? What was going through your mind? You just came
Well, I
down
didn't
from
know quite-
12,000 feet?
Well, I didn't know what quite to make of my date here. I saw this woman walking towards me with horizontal stripes on her shirt, vertical stripes on her pants, and I didn't know. Maybe she just didn't know what to wear.
You didn't mention my hat.
You didn't know whether this was a date or a wave off.
Well, I knew it was going to be a first thing in this date. I've never dated anyone with a hat before.
Oh, okay.
Well, I got it, and he buckled me in, and that was okay, but then we took off, and it's very noisy in the airplane, so it's very hard to talk.
Yeah.
So we really said very little to each other until just about when we landed. And I thought we had made a date to go out and have lunch, but Timothy decided he wanted a buffalo burger when we got off.
That was
the
my
plane.
lunch.
Well, I don't think I felt, I've never been so tongue-tied in my life on a date before. I'm a talker.
Yeah.
She
And-
talked a lot.
I know.
Didn't Timothy...
Somebody had to.
Didn't he say anything?
Very little.
Timothy, why didn't you talk?
I couldn't get a word in.
Well, look, have you ever tried to have an intimate conversation over a carton of milk? It's very, very difficult.
When I was 8.
Okay, but I'm 40. It's a little different. Anyway, so we walked. We walked around Avalon a little bit, and there was a big crowd. You know, Avalon's kind of crowded. And I was afraid I was going to get separated, so I asked him about holding hands. And his response was, well, with the right woman. And I didn't know, well, what do I do now? Am I the right woman or not?
She wanted to hold hands a lot.
But
She
he
wanted
did
to
take
lead me
my hand,
around.
and he held it quite firmly. But I just kind of felt that I was making all the moves, because otherwise...
She was.
Was she? Oh, she was.
She was
Yes.
leading me around. She wanted to grab my hand and lead me around.
Well, I told you at one time, it's, you know, I did my job. I asked you out. Now it's your turn. Take over.
How is Danny a little bit different than most women you date? Is she different?
Well, she's more talkative than most people I date.
Okay, fair enough. I'm kind of anxious to see who the audience voted for here. Tommy, 52%. They didn't
Ooh.
pick Tim. Now, Diane, if you want to follow our audience's advice, we'll be happy to pay for a date with Tommy. Would you like to go out with Tommy?
Sure.
Try that?
Sure.
Yeah, maybe Tommy would be great. Never know. Tim, sorry things didn't work out for you, but we have a nice gift, and hopefully we'll see you again.
Thank you very much, Chuck.
Thanks for being on the show with
Okay.
us.
Bye, Tim.
Yeah, Danny, we have a nice gift for you. Thanks for coming by and sharing this, even though it was kind of a hard experience in a way. It's all part of life, isn't
He's
it?
a nice guy. He really is. He's the kind of guy that you take home to Mother and introduce to Mother, then you leave him with Mother and you go out and have a good time.
Well, hopefully you won't have to take Tommy home to meet Mother. Okay. Let's know what happens, okay?
Sure will.
We're going to come right back with another couple in just a minute.
Americans, we can do anything we want, except one thing. We just can't stop being American. So get out there, take your swing, rev your engines and let freedom ring, and never, ever, ever stop being American. Nothing stops America, and nothing stops Ram.
Two, please.
Make that 3. With the Capital One Saver card, you earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment. 3% cash back on salty, 3% cash back on sweet. You know this movie's 3 hours, right?
Good call.
Are you in this one?
Yeah, I'm in this one. Get your tentacles off my 3% cash back. Oh, perfect delivery. Oh, what's in your wallet?
That's hot. No way.
Is that?
My jaw is on the floor.
Drop dead gorgeous.
Shinier than a diamond in Saint-Tropez.
Juicier than when I get cut on a date.
That's fat.
A baddie with a fatty.
Loves it. If you nix, you know.
Here at Drive Time, we approve 99% of people who apply, and they can do it super fast right from their phone.
I got approved!
With no credit hit.
Yes. Show her thousands of amazing car options under 15 grand. She's already shopping cars with the down payment she had in mind.
I can shop cars with my real down payment?
Get ready to lock in her deal.
I made my own deal!
Yes! Next stop, one of Drive Time's local dealerships. This is a commercial. Go get your real deal at drivetime.com.
This time we're going to meet a man who chose a date from our video library. He enjoys weightlifting, and he likes women with long legs and small ankles. He says that hugging is important. Please welcome John Saunders. How you doing, John? Slow walking John. Sit down. Why do you think hugging is important? John?
It gives me a definite warm feeling about the person, relaxes any of the nervousness I might have.
Can you find out anything about someone when you hug them?
Well, yeah, if you go up to hug them and they back off, you figure you're not going to have a very good time. I don't know.
When you're not on Love Connection, as you are today, where do you normally meet women?
Well, I go to a number of places. I'll go to bars or doing aerobics or, you know, sometimes even the supermarket. You can have a collision around the fruit section or something.
Hang out by the frozen foods.
There you go.
But I tell you what, we're going to show you a portion of the tapes that John saw. Now, watch closely, because we're going to ask you to vote again, okay? Now, first there was Paula. She was raised in Iowa. She loves the outdoors, and she's more than ready for marriage, she says.
Because I'd like to raise a family, and I'd like to have someone with me, a lot to share with, and you know, I don't like being by myself all the time.
Okay, next there was Cindy. Now, Cindy likes to go to boxing and wrestling matches, and she says she used to have a problem with a jealous boyfriend.
If I would like to go out with the girls, they end up being at the same place to make sure that I'm not with anyone else. Or just checking up on me quite a bit. Like maybe little phone calls in the middle of the night to make sure I'm there. You know, different things like that. That kind of annoys me.
And finally, now you watch Sandy. Sandy's nickname is Giggles. She says that she's a little far out and sexy eyes drive her crazy.
I love eyes. I have an eye fetish. I mean, I glance from a gorgeous guy with gorgeous eyes and I melt. I'm like, oh, he's mine. Wrap him up, he's mine.
Okay, now before we find out who John chose this date, let's see all three of these ladies once again, okay? First, there was Paula. She's a 27-year-old teacher. Then Cindy, she's an optician. She's 26. Finally, Sandy, she's 23, and she's a bookkeeper. Okay, audience, it's time to vote again. Who do you think is the best lady out there for John? Now, here in the studio and at home, too, make your choice right now, okay? We're going to get the results of the audience vote a little bit later, but right now, let's find out who John selected. John, who's the lucky girl in this case?
I chose Cindy.
Cindy. Okay. Cindy likes boxing and wrestling matches.
That's very good. Very good.
Okay, now we always hear both sides, and Cindy's backstage, so let's say hello to Cindy Moldovan. Hey, Cindy.
Hi, how are you?
Did I say your last name right, Cindy?
Moldovan.
Yep, I got it right. Okay, did John give you a big hug when he first saw you?
Yes, he did.
Was it nice?
Yeah, it was very nice.
Good. Did you hug him back?
Yes, he said, let's start this date off right, and so he asked for a hug.
And you did?
Yes.
How'd your date go, John?
It went really great.
Good. Well, tell us about it.
Well, I basically had Cindy drive over to my house about 9 o'clock in the morning. We were going to go up to the mountains. And I'd sent her a letter beforehand with basically the address on it and such, and a map as to how to get there. And on the outside, I put, you know, this kind of got her curiosity, I think. And I put, open soon, you could be a winner, you know, and 3 little dots. Mailed it out to her.
Cindy, what did you think of John's note when you got it?
A lot of effort. It was a very cute note.
Now,
Matter of fact, it was the first thing I opened, and I had a lot of mail.
Okay. So what happened next? Now, you go to the mountain. You're going to the mountains? Or?
Yeah, we went up to the mountains. She helped me pack a picnic, sort of a lunch, and we went up to the mountains and went out by a stream up in the mountains, had lunch. And,
nice.
Yeah, it was really quite nice. And then we went back to the pickup afterwards, and I had soon discovered that I'd left my headlights on. We drove up through these clouds when it was raining. And when
I don't know whether I believe this or not. The old battery went down.
It's true. It seems to be you're out of gas, but you know, the battery was just as well.
Who cares? The battery's as good as gas.
It's better. It takes a lot more to get it going, that's for sure.
Cindy, you got anything to add to that?
No, it was very interesting. I don't jump start cars or trucks very often, but I tried my best.
Yeah, she was good at that.
Good. Okay, so you got the truck started, you're going up the hill, and what's happening now?
Well, we managed to get tagged behind one of these diesel cars, you know, one of the really big ones. And you know, when they go up the hill, they give this cloud of fumes, which, you know, if there were any bugs on my truck, they were dead after that. And so we decided that, considering I was behind them eating diesel and there's a guy behind me trying to eat up my bumper, that we'd pull over on this turnout, you know, because neither one of them wanted to use it. So we let them go up, and I kind of gave her a nice big hug, you know, and it was kind
Another hug. That's a mid-date hug, I guess.
Oh, that, you know, it sure takes a lot of the tension out of driving, I'll
guess.
tell you. Yeah, we were going up to a place where a big lake was, and we were on our way up to dinner. But on the way, the restaurant we originally had gone to was closed, and she had seen one on the way, so we backtracked and went down and got dinner at the restaurant of her choice, which was really good choice, as a matter of fact, because the food was very good. Oh,
Great.
Thank you.
Any hugging at dinner?
Well, it was rather awkward. They put us in this like little kind of booth there, and she was on the other side. If we did hug, it would have been
We got to play footsies, though.
Have to have the arms up. Okay, we're from hugging to footsies now, folks. All right, let's take a look and see who the audience picked for you. See if they picked the same person. You know? That audience picked Giggles. They picked Sandy.
Oh.
Now, 64%, big percentage, too.
Yeah, that's kind of a landslide.
Yeah, do you,
Please.
you want to take their advice and go out with Sandy and let us pay for it?
Well,
or?
you know, Sandy is a really nice girl. But, you know, I like Cindy a lot. We had a good time, and I'd like to go out with her again.
Good. Cindy, is that okay with you?
I think I could manage that.
Oh, come on, join us on stage. Well, I don't know. You guys you're tall folks.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing wrong with that. Now, Cindy doesn't like jealous guys, you said, right?
Right.
Yeah. Are you a jealous type?
No, not really. I used to be a long time ago, but it's really bad news to be jealous. So.
That's true, it is. Yeah, we have a nice gift for both of you. I want to thank you for being on the show and sharing your date with us, and hopefully we'll hear from you soon, okay? We're going to come right back with another couple in just a minute. Stay with us.
Stay tuned for more of Love Connection.
This time we're going to meet another woman who chose a date from our video library. Now, she was raised in Michigan. She says that it takes a good woman to bring out the best in a man. Please welcome Linda Chapman. Hi, Linda. How are you? Good. Come sit down. Sit on my couch. What's your definition of a good woman?
I would say a woman who listens to her man, encourages his creativity, and then is supportive of his decision.
Did you say that that describes you to a T?
When I'm in love.
Oh, when you're not in love, no way. When you're in love, that's what you do. Okay.
That's what I try to do.
Do men bring out the best in you, Linda?
I think that through my life in dating different men, there have been some men that have really stimulated my creative nature, and I think that a woman comes alive when she can feel free to be creative.
I bet you're right. Do you date often? You date often, Linda?
I really don't date that often. I keep myself busy with a lot of activities.
Tough to be that creative, probably.
But when I do find somebody I like to stick with them. So.
Okie dokie. We're going to show you a portion of the tapes that Linda saw. Now, remember, you're going to get to vote again, okay? Here they come right now. First, there was Howard. He has 2 teenage children. He says that he's sincere and confident, and here's his ideal of a woman.
I really would like to have a woman, not a girl. And I really want her intelligent. And then I want her good-looking. In my eyes, somebody who's tall, thin, has great legs, and other parts of anatomy that I think are great. I don't know if I can say that to you.
Next, there was Michael. He's from New York now. He likes horseback riding and skiing, and he gives us his views on women right now.
I think the world would be a mess without them. I probably would have to say I think the worst mistake that women ever tried to do is get equal rights. I think they're far ahead of the men as it is, and they should probably keep it that way.
Finally, you watched another Michael now. He likes exotic-looking women, and he says he's sensual and spiritual, and here's more about his personality.
And I'm very open in how I feel about things, and I'll express it to the person I'm with, whereas a lot of other people may play a game or try and come off with what they think is the right way to act or talk. I just try and express myself as I feel, sort of stream of consciousness. And if they can accept it, fine. And if they can't, well, then they can't accept me.
Okay, before we find out who Linda chose as her date, let's take a look at all 3 of these men again, okay? First, there's Howard. He's a 42-year-old clothing designer. Then Michael. He's a salesperson. He's 38. And finally, the other Michael. He's 37 years old, and he's a hairstylist. Okay, audience, it's time to vote again. Who do you think's the best man for Linda? You know a little about her. You've met the men. Here in the studio and at home, too. Make your choice now, okay? All right. Now, the audience has made its choice, but unfortunately, we're out of time, okay? So we're going to have to wait till tomorrow to meet that man that you chose, find out who he is, what happened on your date and all that stuff. Can you come back and join us?
Oh, yes, I can.
Okay, we'll look forward to you coming back. That's our show for today. This is Chuck Woolery. See you tomorrow, everybody. Bye-bye.
Some guest on Love Connection will receive one of the following. Hooray for Raisinets! Now you can enjoy the all-time favorite movie candies at home. Goobers and Snowcaps, too. Hooray for Raisinets! Or new Glade Spin Fresh Air Freshener. Continuous bathroom freshness plus an automatic burst of fragrance when you spin it. New Glade Spin Fresh. Or Bright. Makes no wax floors shine like new. Because Bright's formula won't build up, won't hide the beauty of your no-wax floor. Or a tote bag from Pan American World Airways. Across the country and around the world, serving 6 continents, 47 countries, and over 110 cities. Pan Am, you can't beat the experience. This is Rod Roddy, speaking for Love Connection.